Now, and I'll show you 4 different views from our BJC sky cams, all of them looking good, all of them with dry roads, all of them with acceptable temperatures that are above the freezing mark right now. All is quiet in the Midwest right now, in our part of the Midwest anyway. 37 downtown, 36 in South County at Barnes Jewish Siteman. Alton's at 33, town and country, dry roads, good visibility right now. Temperatures are, for the most part, above freezing, but look what's happening off to the northwest here. Bowling Green's at 23 degrees. And as Matt mentioned, it's way colder than that once you get out to Kansas City and up into Nebraska. This cold air is spilling into the country right now. And the winds are quiet. These are going to be increasing as the temperatures decrease, all right? And it's just going to get ugly. What about the snow? Well, it's not showing up just yet, although the leading edge of it west of our viewing area, perhaps west of Columbia, they're beginning to see a few flurries, but the bulk of this snow is yet to move in, and the air is a little bit drier than anticipated, so we've backed off on the snowfall totals a little bit too. But for today, it's going to be cloudy all day, about 32 degrees at 9 a.m. Could see a couple of flurries moving in by then. We should be into some accumulating snow by noon with northwest winds at 20 to 35 miles per hour and falling temperatures. Look at the temperature down to 17 at noon, down to 8 degrees by 3 o'clock this afternoon. So you're starting off above freezing, 37 degrees in St. Louis early this morning. By 3 o'clock this afternoon, when you would normally be experiencing your high temperature, we're going to be down in the single digits, and then it drops into the oblivion after that, below zero by overnight tonight. Winter storm warnings in effect for today, along with a wind chill warning that goes into effect at 6 o'clock. So that's when things really get bad temperature-wise, later on this afternoon and this evening, overnight tonight into noon tomorrow. All right, so the gusts. What are we expecting as we go through the day? By 9 a.m., we could see some 20-mile-per-hour gusts. Notice how they increase as we go through the day, so that by 10 o'clock this evening, we could be seeing 40, 45-mile-per-hour gusts on top of 20 to 30-mile-per-hour winds, on top of maybe 2 or 3 inches of snow across the area, and that's blowing that snow because it's a very dry, powdery snow in these temperatures. So here's the super predictor at 7 a.m., which I think is a little bit probably aggressive on the timing. It might be a little ahead of what's actually going to happen, but let's be prepared for some snow during this morning commute. But it looks like it'll show up a little bit later. But as we go through the day, you can see some of the heavier snow and accumulating snow at noon. Now, look, the back edge of this stuff is going to be out of here shortly after the evening commute, certainly by later this evening. It is long gone. So the accumulating snow is over, but you're still going to see a lot of it blowing around because this should be a very powdery snow, especially later in the day, the stuff that's on top. So you're going to see it blowing around. It's almost going to look like it's snowing at times, but it's actually just blowing snow. How much do we get? Well, we're still looking at 2 to 3 inches. Some pockets could get close to 4 down to the south and also to the far north, where you're seeing closer to maybe 3 inches of snow. But I think 1 to 3 inches is going to cover the vast majority of our viewing area as far as the snowfall total. So we still have 3 first alert weather days in a row. Today, of course, deteriorating conditions, getting snowy and windy and colder. A blowing snow tomorrow, but again, only 3 inches of snow. So you're not talking about waist-deep drifts or even worse than that, but it is going to be blowing around a little bit. And tough to control because the chemicals won't work in these temperatures. So we're hoping for the best for the Friday morning commute, but it could be pretty icy in spots. Sunny and cold on Saturday. Still a first alert weather day for Christmas Eve. Christmas Day looks pretty good. And I actually happened to talk to Santa last night, and he's not concerned. Yeah, he's not overly concerned about the conditions, so I think we'll be in good shape.
Condition.
Ran into Santa on the Polar Express last night.
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Great timing on this,
and he
Kent.
recognized me, which was interesting. Yeah.
Did he say,
hey? You watched your forecast?
I was pretty flattered.
Yeah. Hey, weatherman.
Yeah. Well, he asked me, he said, "You been working out?"
And you said, no.
No? You might have me confused with somebody else.
Yeah.
Little light snow and some flurries on Monday. Look at this, 35, mid-30s Tuesday, mid-40s Wednesday. Thursday and Friday next week, we could be closing in on 50 degrees.
Oh,
that's what we're trying to get to.
Yes.
That's what we're trying to get to.
Okay.
Well,